Hey, you guys, this is Aisha Amatullah, owner of Universal Coach Institute, where we train and certify coaches, and Coach Business Academy, the premium training and action ticket community for coaches. And today I'm talking to you about your DISC launch personality type. So we're going to go through, first of all, what is a launch? What is a DISC? And how we can put this all together to create your own authentic way of launching and selling your products. So let's start with what is a launch. So the definition from the Internet Marketing Dictionary is that a product launch is a marketing strategy consisting of a carefully planned and scheduled sequence of events with the goal to make a big happening out of the release and, of course, make as much sales as possible and normally within a short time span. So you might have, number one, been through a lot of different launches. And when I say been through launches, meaning you might have seen them play out, right? Especially on Facebook and on Instagram, we tend to see launches play out, right? And this is normally when you see someone promoting their business through maybe like a video series or a challenge or something like that. And then at the end of the series, they might have a webinar or they might not. But at the end of the series, they introduce you to their product, right? So if you really didn't know what that was, those are launches. Those are product launches. Okay, now you might have actually bought some courses on product launches, or maybe you've just, wanted a little bit more information about launches. So launches are really huge, and it is a way to definitely sell your products. And it doesn't just have to be a way that a system or a strategy that you use to sell your product one time. It can be something that you use over and over again. So now, what is a DISC? So DISC, the DISC profile, is actually the leading personal assessment tool used by over 1 million people every year to improve work productivity, teamwork, and communication. All right, so I'm bringing to you the different launch strategies that are out there and the DISC profiles so that you can choose how you want to launch and continue to sell your products. So DISC is based on the DISC theory of psychologist William Moulton Marston, which centers on 4 different behavioral traits. The first one is dominance. So this is the D for dominance. And this person places emphasis on accomplishing results, the bottom line, and confidence. They see the big picture. They can oftentimes be blunt. They accept challenges, and they get straight to the point. The I in DISC is for influence. And this person places emphasis on influencing or persuading others, the openness and relationships, right? So they normally show enthusiasm. They're really optimistic. They like to collaborate, and they really don't like to be ignored too much. The next one is the S for steadiness. And this person places emphasis on cooperation and sincerity and dependability. And this person doesn't like to be rushed. They have a calm manner, they have a calm approach, and supportive actions. And then the C in DISC is for conscientiousness. And this person places emphasis on quality and accuracy, expertise, and competency. And this person enjoys independence, right? They are objective. They have objective reasoning. They want the details, and they fear being wrong. Now, this is the DISC profile. Now, let's take a look at launch personalities, because there are different types of launches, and I've divided these launches up into DISC personalities. Now, I just want to tell you that when I present these things to you, you don't have to choose the launch process based on your personality. it's not a must. But if you want some help with figuring out how to launch and sell your products or services, this is a really good way to do it. So with launch personality, the dominant launch, this is more of an evergreen launch. So this launch means that your launching your sales process is automated, right? So you don't have this huge one-time launch and that's it. This launch is constantly automated and it's bringing in passive income. And this type of launch is good for low, medium, and high ticket products. The next one, the influential launch. So remember, this is like the person who is out there, is influential, right? They're influential. And this is the pro launch. And this type of launch is huge. It's a huge launch and it's normally live, right? So it's not automated. And with this launch, the coach or the person who has the product, right, who's launching the product, they make a really big deal. And they make a big deal with a marketing mix. So that means that they might be using Facebook ads. They might be using Facebook groups. They might be using Instagram. They might be using YouTube plus email marketing. They might even be blogging, or maybe they're just doing two of those things. But most of the time they're making a big deal and they're using different marketing. They have a marketing mix where they're using different mediums. And this type of launch, though, it has an open and closed cart. Okay, so this is a live launch and you have to your audience would have to register on the date or within that week, however long you have your cart open, and then it will close. Okay, so there's a scarcity tactic there where, they have to register, and if it closes, once it closes, they won't be able to sign up again until you launch that product again. Now, this type of launch is normally great for medium and high ticket products. Okay. And with this type of launch, there's normally large chunks of income every time you launch. All right. The next one is steady, right? The steady launch. And so this is more of a soft launch. And this launch is live as well, but it's more of a quiet launch, right? You're not making such a big deal out of it. And you're normally launching to your email list or it's an invitation only launch. All right. So this is basically, it's the quiet launch. And this also has an open and closed cart, right? So you take your audience, your list through a launch process. And then when you finally open up your cart, they have a specific time frame to register for your product. This one also, there's a little, mistake right here. I need to have medium and high ticket. These launches are also for medium and high ticket products as well. And this launch can have mid to large chunks of income. And the reason why I say mid, because it really depends on how quiet you're keeping it, who you're launching it to, right? Is it just to your email list and how big is your email list, right? Or is it just to your Facebook group and how big is your Facebook group? Is it invitation only where you have a special segmentation of people who can get this product, So that's why it's mid to large chunks of income. And you get those mid to large chunks of income every time you launch either the product, the program, the service, or a different one. The next type of launch is the conscientious launch. And this is more of passive selling, and it's really not a launch at all. Okay. And so what's happening here is that you're selling through providing content that has call to actions. Okay. So for example, if you are a YouTuber or if you go live, if you do live stream, or if you are just like on Instagram, or if you're a blogger, something like that, you provide content, maybe through videos or maybe through your blogs or maybe through social media. You provide content and you have call to actions within your content, right? So, and it's passive. A lot of times it's passive call to actions. So I'll give you an example. Let's say if you're a blogger, right, and you have a blog post and you're saying how to do XYZ, and you talk about how to do XYZ. And then within that blog post, you have links that points to your product, right? So basically the links are strategically placed within the blog post that goes to your product. And then you might have a call to action at the end of your product, or maybe on at the end of your blog post, or maybe like on the right side of your blog post or something like that, with a call to action to your product. Also, this is really big with email marketing, right? So this is when you are really great with creating content and you're sending out emails and you're, providing really great valuable content. And then within your content, you might have like a PS, and, if you like to learn more about this, then sign up, or you can register for this program or this product, right? Or learn more about this product, right? So those are more passive launches, right? So that's a passive launch. This can also be done through email as well. Okay, so these are the different types of launches, and I've matched them with the DISC launch personality. Now let's take a closer look at this, and let's see if you want to match your personality with a specific launch type. So let's look at the first one, the D for the dominant, right? The evergreen launch. So this person is normally outgoing and they're task oriented. So, excuse me, they are direct, they're results oriented, and they like control, and they're strong willed. So if you're of this type, you probably are going to be outgoing, but like to have more control when it comes to your income, and want a sustainable business model, right? So you might also enjoy passive income. So that means that you would be more suitable for the evergreen launch, right? Where your income is sustainable. You don't have to launch 1, 2, 3, 4 times a year. Your launches, your selling is automated, all right? So that's the dominant launch, the evergreen launch. The next one is the I for influential. So this person is outgoing as well, just like the dominant person, but they're more people oriented. Okay, so they're enthusiastic, they're optimistic, they have high spirits, and they're lively. And this person is this one is good for if you're outgoing and confident about your product and you're not afraid to take risk. So you don't mind huge chunks of income as well, a few times a year. Okay, so if you're dominant, if you're outgoing, and you're confident about your product, you're not afraid to take risks, you want to be out there and you want to do, the huge launch, then the pro launch would be a great way to launch your product. The next one is the steady, right? So this person is reserved. They're more reserved and they're people oriented. So they're even tempered as well. They're accommodating, they're supportive and patient, and they're tactful. So this person is probably reserved. So they want to sell without being too out there, right? It's like with the influential one, these people were they really out there. So they want to sell without being too out there. And they don't mind, they don't mind having mid to high chunks of income a few times a year. This is also good for those who are uncomfortable asking for the sell. Okay. And the last one is the conscientious, right? So this person, again, this one is reserved, just like the steady, but they're more task oriented. They're not very people oriented, right? They're analytical, they're precise, they're systematic, but they don't want to have too much to do. They don't want to engage too much on that level where they, have to, in order to make a sell, right? So this person is reserved and they don't normally like to ask for the sell. They want a sustainable business model. They enjoy passive income and they enjoy creating content. So with this one, it's like I said, it's more of the passive selling. And they're selling through content, and they can do this with low, medium, and high ticket products. All right. So those are the different personality types, and I've combine the personality types with the different types of launches that are out there. So what I want you to do is you can do a few things. You can either look and see like which one is your personality type, and then based on that, choose which launch would be the best launch for you. Or maybe you might be of one personality type, but like the way another launch flows, right? So you might be of an outgoing, you might be influential, you have that influential profile, and you might be outgoing and people oriented, and you like, extravagant things, but you want more of a sustainable income with evergreen launches, right? You want an automated launch, right? So then you might do like the dominant launch, right? So you can look at it in terms of personality of yourself, your own profile, or you can look at it as the launch personality. Now, you'll probably want to know two things. Number one, you might be asking, okay, well, these are launches. So how do I have a sustainable income? So let's say you want to do the influential launch, right? But how do you have this sustainable income, right? Maybe you want to do the steady launch, but how do you have this sustainable income like the dominant, like the evergreen launch or the passive selling? Well, then this means that you would be launching either one product a few times a year, or you'll have a product funnel, right? So you'll have different products and you can launch them. Now, another thing you might be saying to yourself, well, what if I want to launch using these different tactics, right? What if I want to launch different products using these different tactics? You can do that as well. So in my next video, I'm going to show you how to use the whole entire DISC launch personality to grow or to have or to start, grow, and expand your coaching business. I'm also going to show you how to use the entire DISC launch personality with your own unique marketing system that hopefully you created if you watched the other video on how to create your own unique marketing system. Basically, I'm going to show you how to put this all together. If you have not watched that video, please, if you're viewing this on YouTube, you can click the link that's somewhere here. I don't know, somewhere on top. Maybe it's at the bottom. I don't know. But you could click the link to that video, right? And watch how to create your own unique, your own authentic marketing system instead of being confined to what one person is telling you to do, right? And then watch this one again. And then in the next video, I'm going to show you how to put it all together where you can use all of these or maybe just one or two of these and really start, grow, and expand your business. Now, before I forget, I want you to comment below and let me know either what's your DISC launch personality or which DISC launch personality are you going to use, okay? Also, you can get a copy of this slide over at coachbusinessacademy.com/DISC launch. That's DISC launch. And also, please head over to coachbusinessacademy.com and go get on that wait list because we're about to open up really soon. And I want you to be a part of it. Later, guys.